Revenge for Rejection. Angelina Jolie tried to win Brad Pitt back, but was harshly rebuffed. For most families, a child turning 18 is a monumental milestone marked by toasts and grand celebrations. And when twins hit adulthood, the occasion is usually twice as joyous and emotional. But for 62-year-old Brad Pitt, the upcoming 18th birthday's next month of Knox and Vivienne, his twins with ex-wife Angelina Jolie, 51, and the youngest of their massive brood, will be a day of deep mourning. The Oscar-winning actor is convinced that this date will mark the final chapter in what his friends call the most successful parental alienation campaign in history, according to the Daily Mail. Pitt, who once referred to the 6 children he shares with Jolie as his entire world, has now been completely erased from their lives. He has no contact with them, missed their graduations, skipped school plays and dance recitals, and will spend the upcoming Father's Day exactly as he has the last few years, in absolute isolation. Furthermore, sources have informed the Daily Mail that following in the footsteps of their older siblings, Maddox, Shiloh, Zahara, and Pax, the twins are legally filing paperwork to officially drop the Pitt surname within days of reaching adulthood. Just this past Friday, it was reported that Knox had already omitted his father's last name from his high school diploma at Fusion Academy in Los Angeles. "We are at the finish line," Angelina One shared a source from Pitt's circle. This was a massive, carefully calculated, and deliberate campaign to fully alienate the children from their father, and dropping his last name is just the final exclamation point. She executed the most effective campaign to destroy the paternal bond, but at what cost? While outsiders wonder what could have motivated such a total vendetta, insiders told the Daily Mail that at the heart of this conflict lies a deeply personal grievance that Jolie has never been able to forgive her ex-husband for. In September 2016, during an infamous private jet flight from France to Los Angeles, an intoxicated Brad Pitt caused an altercation. Jolie claimed he grabbed and shook her and poured beer and wine on the children. An investigation by the FBI and Child Services lasted for months and culminated in a 53-page report that cleared Pitt of all abuse allegations. The actor immediately sought help, quit drinking, and remains sober to this day. He made full amends to Angie and the kids, an insider says. Yes, he was deeply remorseful. He was entirely in the wrong on that plane, and no one is defending him. It wasn't criminal, but he raised his hand, apologized, went to rehab, and did everything to correct his mistakes. And now, sources close to Pitt are revealing a sensational detail for the first time. They are convinced that the roots of Jolie's deep-seated animosity stem from the fact that after the plane incident, she actually tried to reconcile with Brad and revive their relationship, only to be met with a harsh rejection. Jolie's camp, however, categorically denies this version of events. A source close to her claims that Angelina never sought a reconciliation and instead spent several years in family therapy alongside Pitt and the children to try and heal the trauma that led to the divorce. Either way, the custody battle dragged on for years. The judge who initially granted equal 50-50 custody was later disqualified due to procedural violations. Angelina's attorneys proved he had undisclosed business ties to Pitt's lawyers. Since then, sole physical custody has remained with Jolie. In March 2024, Brad officially ended his legal fight for joint custody. He retained only his legal right to visitation with the twins, but even that will expire once they turn 18. Pitt has not been spotted in public with his children for more than 6 years. Having a legal right to visitation and having children who actually want to see you are two completely different things, says a friend of the actor. If he isn't close with the kids, it's solely because of the harm he caused them himself. This was very difficult for the children. No one but them knows how bad it really was. A golden cage and a broken heart. Despite the emotional chasm, Pitt has fully provided for his children financially. Insiders point out that Jolie received $64 million from the sale of her stake in Chateau Miraval and also netted $11.5 million from a Winston Churchill painting Brad had once gifted her. Additionally, Pitt provided her with an interest-free $8 million loan to purchase a luxury estate in Los Feliz, currently listed for sale at $30 million, and regularly transferred about $1.3 million a year for child support. Nevertheless, the actor is dreading the upcoming Father's Day. It's a very difficult day for him because he spends it alone. No handmade cards from the kids, no gifts, no family brunches. He feels like he has lost his children forever, and there is no turning back. It's been 10 years with almost zero contact. They don't really know him, and he doesn't know them, shares an acquaintance of Brad's. to drown out the pain. Pitt has thrown himself completely into his work. He is constantly filming and producing projects. His movies Heart of the Beast and The Adventures of Cliff Booth are slated for release this year, perpetually changing locations and jetting between his homes in Carmel, Los Angeles, and France. It's as if he's running from his own grief. It's a sad story. A beautiful man with tons of money and global fame, but his heart is absolutely broken. His circle notes. And while Brad has been happily dating jewelry designer Ines de Ramon since 2022, the family drama remains an unhealed wound. But he will never stop believing in a miracle. His doors are always open, and he hopes against hope that the children will one day find their way back to their father. A close friend of the actor concludes.